Tarot Oracle, and I decided to create a tarot deck. I'm not sure how far I'm going to get on this, but I'm going to try to go all the way to 80 cards. I've never seen anybody vlog tarot deck creation before, so I figured I'd give it a shot and let you know what's involved if you guys ever decide to do it. So I looked into tarot deck creation a bit, and unfortunately there's one step that I don't have, which is I don't know how to draw. So that's going to be a hindrance, but I can get over it because I'm a Virgo and I'm an Aquarius rising, so I like to learn shit really fast. So hopefully that'll save me, because otherwise I'm screwed. I decided to hand draw them. Went out and bought pencils and some pens and some paper, and then I had to return it because apparently in order to scan everything in digitally to where you can actually print a deck with your drawings, it's like $100 or more. So I'm like, I'm good with a computer. I'll just do it on the computer. So I went out and spent the $100 instead on a drawing pad. So 99 bucks, you can get a nice drawing pad. It comes with Photoshop elements, which you can use to draw. And there's also some other programs that are like 28 bucks or 30 bucks, and you can use those too to draw and colorize and everything else. So not knowing how to draw also had the added expense of buying some drawing books. So this will not be a manga tarot. Fear not, it will not have the manga backgrounds and all the crap I hate about manga. However, if you're learning to draw and you don't know how, then there's nothing quite like the manga community, because 50 billion books on how to draw. So if you want to learn how to draw, this is a nice place to start, because all the other drawing books have you drawing like apples or something else, and this has you drawing real people immediately. And it also shows you subtleties with the eyes and ears and stances and proportions and all this other stuff. So if you don't want to get into realistic drawing where you're shading an apple for 20 hours and you want to immediately get into characters that are moving around and animals and grass and things like that, you cannot go wrong with manga books. So I got these from Half Price Books. Total of, I don't know, like 15 bucks between the two, and I got a couple of mangas just for some generic ideas, and so I started with that. So I went to the computer and decided to draw some stuff up. So I have I have 8 cards prototyped, and I've actually drawn out 2, so let's take a look at those 2. Okay, here's my first card. Now, before we make fun of it, I don't know how to draw. I don't. But the Virgo and the Aquarius, I think combined, will give me the expertise that I need. So anyway, so I looked up what a judge looks like, several pictures on Google Images. And so I printed one out and set it here on the table. And then I started to draw, and I messed it up 10,000, you have no idea, 10,000 times. And I totally butchered it, pretty much. And so I kept rebutchering it and rebutchering it until I finally got it right. So you can see the newbie type drawing stuff, like I got like smudges here and smudges there and stuff like that. But okay, so let's go over what I did real quick. This is the tower. I need a background. Please, in the comments, what should I have as a background? Should it be like clouds? Should it be like other buildings, but kind of, softened up to where it doesn't interfere with the main picture? Should it be a courtroom? What do you think should be in the background? Please put it in the comments, because I have no idea. So anyway, so I drew the face, and I messed it up pretty bad. And I drew an eye, and so after I drew this right eye, I copied it and flipped it, and then put it on the left eye and changed it a little bit so it didn't look stupid. And then I did the hair by drawing it, and then blah, 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 blah. So I did the eyes and stuff, and I looked up in my manga books how to do eyes and how to do ears and how to do a mouth and all that. So that's how I did the Mr. Judge here. And then it took 5 billion hours, because I'm new, to draw this robe. And so I did dodge and burn tools and made the robe and just kind of drew what it looked like. And for the tower, I put like a hatch pattern in the actual windows, and then I put like you can see I drew an outline of the blue, which is inconsistent, by the way, with the bottom where there's no outline, so I need to fix that. But I do an outline, and then I did the opacity to like 40% or 20% or something, and then put a stitch pattern over the blue, and I left a gap in the white part because I didn't want it to go all the way to the top. I wanted to have some uniqueness, like there was some actual concrete there. Anyway, so that's how I did that, and then just to make the break, I just drew a crappy thing, and then I drew the pieces falling down. So there's the gavel, which is just a basic brown, and then I went over with a dodge and burn, and dodged and burned, and I looked up on Google Images what a gavel looks like. Ugh, it's like Google Images is the only thing saving me at this point. So a Google Image to get the gavel, and so I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. So I drew the shading and stuff like that, and then the building, I just kind of drew windows and stuff, and I need to put a pattern on this gray so it doesn't look just boring and plain. I need to make the table look less boring. So this is pretty much done, except I'm going to add some glasses. Like he has some glasses he just took off because he's wise and stuff, and he puts them over here on the right. And then, of course, I need to get the background, and so other than that, this is done. So I need the stitch pattern, I need the glasses on the table, and then I need a background, and then I'm marking this as done because I spent way too much time on this. So I have one other card, like I said, and this is not final. This is something I came up with. This is the devil. So, let me go back to the tower and tell you about the meanings. So the meaning of this is because most towers I see just has the tower crumbling and people falling out. And just the tarot interpretation of this from standard Rider-Waite stuff is the tower is massive change. Sometimes you don't want the change, but you need the change. And so what happens is you bring it into your life from fear, or you bring it into your life from, it's almost like somebody mandated that you have this change, and it's for your own good, because sometimes drastic change causes you to get out of old ruts, old habits, and makes you a better person. So this is the judge mandating drastic change, basically, is the idea. So I had not seen this used before, so I wanted to use this idea. The whole tarot deck is going to be cool. It's going to be unique ideas. The court cards are going to be easy to read because the pages are actually delivering messages, and the knights are actually roughing up villagers and fighting and stuff like that. So you don't have to have a knight staring at you or something. So it's going to be cool. And the kings are going to be actually controlling the elements. So like the queen is standing on a ledge overlooking like the sea, and she's just moving her hand, and the sea is just making tidal waves from her hand because she's like the Queen of Cups, right? I mean, if you're the King of Cups and Queen of Cups, so they have command over the elements, So if you're a king and you have a command over water, what would you do? You'd like make tidal waves and mess around with it and have some fun, right? So the King of Pentacles / Earth is going to be the dude like crumbling earth and making like huge gaps in the earth and is separating and stuff, and while he's like looking at you like smiling and has his arms crossed, like this is easy, man. So it's gonna be cool. It's got a lot of cool ideas. I got my head. Hopefully this will work. So here's my other, and this is not final. This is something I cooked up in another program. The basic idea is, okay, the devil, right? You have all these cards with the devil, and the dude's just staring at you and waving, and the Rider-Waite. Really? The devil waving? Come on, he's the devil. If you actually encountered the devil, dude, it would be like just this massive bad news. I mean, he doesn't just wave at you and have slaves next to him. He's the prime evil, right? He's going to eat your soul. So this is the basic idea here. You have two aspects in this card, and this is not finished. I'm going to make it look more like more like that, basically. And so I'm going to put a real skull. I'm going to take off this nasty looking, pink stuff, and I'm going to take off the hell stuff in the background. The clouds are too realistic. It doesn't flow with the cartoonish. Anyway. So the devil's like just basically killing this person, and this person's welcoming it, So I think that's my interpretation of the devil is, number one, he's not going to be like this happy dude waving at you with horns. It's going to be somebody that's eating your soul and somebody that's bringing massive bad news into your life. But in a lot of respects, people welcome this. I mean, you look at, primal sin and things like that. People don't, just follow their own little. People know what's right and what's wrong. People do wrong things all the time. You get drunk, or you go out and you get in a fight, or you're mean to somebody, or man, just that opens up my whole thing about Christianity. But I'm not going to go into that. But basically, that if you're embracing the devil, you purposely do that on a day-to-day basis. So this is kind of the contrary aspects of, I'm embracing the fact that the devil's here, and the devil's ultimately going to rule because he's eating me. Basically, so that's the mixed message that we have in here. So I just wanted to get this card out and kind of show you the idea that I had for the devil. So let's go to programs. This is Photoshop Elements, which is included free with my Bamboo Pad. So the Bamboo Pad is how you draw. It has a virtual pen, so you draw on the computer. So that came free with it. So Photoshop Elements is good for coloring. It's really kind of cool. Let's take a look at some other programs. We have Autodesk Sketchbook Pro. You can get a free 30-day trial of this. It's about $28, and it's really good. It has a lot of pens, and this is designed for pen. So if you have a pen and you go to layer, then it has what you can do with a layer with a pen, so you don't have to use your mouse all the time. So it's kind of cool. I like this, $60. Now another option is going to be Easy Paint Tool SAI. Now if you go on YouTube, like every single 1,000 billion videos you have on painting characters or manga uses this. So this is $60. You have to convert from yen, or Japanese, or yen. I don't know. I'm not familiar with their monetary system, but you have to convert from this, which is $60, $63 right now, and it's English. Don't worry, there's no kanji up here. So if you don't speak Japanese, it's no big deal. This is a lot of cool tools. This is awesome. You can get a free trial for this for like 30 days. You can also get a free trial for Photoshop Elements, I think, and you can get a free trial for Sketchbook Pro. But if you want to buy this, it's like $30. This will come free with your thing. Let's see. Now for a more expensive option, but for much more features, you have Manga Studio. This is Manga Studio EX, and it runs, I think, 40-something bucks for the regular version and 100 for the EX on Amazon. But this is well worth it because you have, in addition to all these 1,000 billions of tools here in different colors, you can have your own custom tools with your own custom favorite colors and tools that you like and all the things that you usually use. And in addition to that, when you go and you draw stuff, it'll have like auto smoothing and things like that. And you can also create panels. But here's the main big feature about this. You can have guides too. So you have like a guide layer, and it supports layers. So one of the main features of it is the tone. So if I want to add a different tone to something, I can just choose my tone. And there's thousands. I mean, look at this, dude. Thousands upon thousands upon thousands of tones, backgrounds, props. So if you want to put this background in here, you can put it in here. You just click it and drag it. You have like, tiger looking stuff that you can put in here. For 3D objects, you can do 3D objects and then trace it. You can do panels for making a manga if you want to make a manga. And let's see, so there's some buildings, tones, libraries. So if you want to have this background in your picture, you just plop this background into your picture and then you colorize it and then make it look however you want it to look along with your picture. So kind of cool. It makes a new layer. So if you want to draw, you have to go back. So very cool. In addition, it has poses. So if you want to go down here and you're not sure how to draw, let's say a dude getting shot in the face. There you go. You're getting shot in the stomach. So you have that. Dude stretching. Maybe he's getting arrested. A lot of being arrested poses here. Doesn't look good. I'm falling off a cliff. I'm the fool. Okay, I'm getting arrested. So if you're not sure how to draw the I'm getting arrested, then you would just drop that into your thing. Do a normal, and then, oh, that's a lot of crotch. So then you're going to size it down, and then you have your I'm being arrested pose. So now you're being arrested, and let's say the cop wants you to lay down, so then you can, once you're done being arrested, you can rotate this. So then Now the cop says, "Get on your knees." They said you can do that, or there's another pose for getting on your knees. Anyway, so you can do different angles, aspect ratios. You can scale, rotate, free transform if you want. So a lot of cool stuff with this thing. Anyway, you can change your perspective and all that good stuff. So it's kind of cool. I like Manga Studio. It's definitely worth the money if you're going to use this for different stuff. So overall, I like all of these programs, and if you're getting started, this is kind of a preview of what you're into. You'll be aware printing your deck will cost you $6,000 to $8,000. So be aware of that, unless you want to take it to mass market, and then it's going to take like a couple of years to produce. But that's my intro on what it takes to start tarot, and I'm going to go draw some more cards. Bye.